we going? Look, I've got 3 4 drive tyres here from the Goodyear Wrangler range, from the all-terrain Adventurer, the aggressive all-terrain, the Duratrack, and the full mud tyre in the MTR. And in this video, I'm going to talk about each of the different tread patterns and hopefully give you some informative information about which tyre you should be looking to select for the sort of fall driving that you like to go and do. So, let's get into this video. So we'll start down here at the all-terrain Adventure. Now this tyre is listed as a 50-50 tyre. So what do I mean by that? Well, it's designed for 50% off-road use and 50% on-road use. It's still got a good open tread block there, which is going to give you traction in mud and rocks. And then down the sidewalls here, it's got a Kevlar construction sidewall, so there's plenty of protection there from punches and certainly loads of protection and strength when you're going to let your tyre pressures down. And then you step up to the aggressive all-terrain in the Duratrack. Now this tyre is listed as a 70-30%, so it's 70% off-road, again only 50% in the all-terrain, and 30% on-road as opposed to only 50% in the all-terrain. Big open tread blocks, so it's going to give you loads of traction if you're driving through rocks and mud during winter. And then down the sidewalls here, good chunky sidewalls, which is going to give you plenty of traction in those greasy, rutty situations, and plenty of strength in the sidewalls for when you've got to let your tyre pressures down. And then you step up to, well, the full-on mud tyre. Now this tyre is listed as a 80-20%, so it's 80% off-road, again only 70% in the Duratrack, and only 50% on-road in the all-terrain. And then 20% on-road, again only 30% in the Duratrack, and 50% in the all-terrain. Now these two tyres certainly well suited for people who like to get out in the bush a great deal, as I certainly do. And I've been using the MTR now for a good couple of years. Been absolutely fantastic tyre. And then down the side here, good chunky side biters there for certainly assisting you in those greasy, muddy, ruddy situations, and plenty of strength in the sidewalls for when I do let my tyre pressures down. But look, before you go and think what's the best tread pattern that's going to be most suitable for your four drive, there's probably a couple of things you need to consider first before you go and throw one of these on your four drive. And the first one you want to think about, well, is your full drive going to be a daily driver? So if it is, you probably want to think about two of the less aggressive tread patterns as opposed to the full-on mud tyre. But look, you could put any of these on your full drive as a daily driver, but the less aggressive tyres, you're going to get a lot better value for money, better wear and tear, and they'll certainly last you a lot longer than the full mud tyre will. And then this one here, well, because of its smaller tread blocks, it's going to be a lot quieter on the road as opposed to these two options. And then the other thing you want to think about, well, what's the main terrain you're going to be driving most of the time when you go out full driving? So do you do a lot of beach driving and desert driving in the sand and that kind of terrain? Well, if it is, you want to look at maybe one of the less aggressive tyres for those kinds of terrains. And really, this one here is probably, if you're doing a real lot of sand driving, this one here is probably more suitable out of the whole three because of the smaller tread blocks, less chance of wheel spin. So even if you do start spinning the wheels, this sort of tread block's got less chance of digging in as opposed to the bigger, open, more aggressive tread patterns. And then you step up to, well, if you're going to do a lot of rocks and mud and snow driving, as certainly I like to get out and about, well, you'd look at one of these two options here. Big open tread blocks, going to give you plenty of traction for those times of the year. And then if you really like to get out a lot over winter, where you do a lot of snow driving, well, the full-on mud tyre would certainly be the option that you'd probably look at for those sort of times of the year. But look, I hope some of these tips have helped you out to give you a better idea in selecting the right tread pattern for your full drive. But if you've got any further questions, please send me some messages and I'll answer them where I can. But in the meantime, a fair chance I'm going to see you guys out in the bush someday.